Excuse me.
I'm not giving to LeBron because I don't like LeBron.
I like him already.
On the stat sheet, so like taking charges, like that's my favorite thing. I like a charge in my mixtape. My friend texts me, he's like, I never seen someone put a charge in the mixtape. I'm like defense wins games. Like,
so there was a constant battle about Dunkin' Donuts versus Tim Hortons, and it was it's never ending.
I got up, I fixed my helmet, I look, and I just see Herb take off. Like he just, I just see the hair flowing. Like now he's running, and. Yeah, you got to see Herb. When he runs, his eyes are always like, so I just knew, like, I knew he was running, so.
It's your life. Like, go out there, defend, go out there, rebound, like, give your heart, like, sacrifice. You can get a scholarship just for defense. You know what I'm saying?
But, man, this guy's unstoppable when it comes to basketball as well. But, yeah, definitely one-on-one, he got me.
Fried rice. You can't be eating fried rice all the time. But
you'd be switching your sports. You'd be going from basketball to sumo.
I know. I already got the gun, you see?
The spider tech basically is just like completely just crazy, like should not be allowed. Rosin and sunscreen and everything, that's been around forever and it's never been a true problem. But right now, like the big thing is spin rates are up.
It's our defense because Mace, you're going to get 285, 280 hit you, and you got to, and I'm only 240, so I got to bring my technique. And then KT's just a freak athlete in itself, so you gotta bring your hard hat and your lunch pail every day.
Can I just say this? Man, I just love your competitive nature, bro. Like I feel like I'm ready to strap on the jersey right now, man. I'm only 5'5", so I don't know what I can do.
I'm gonna say Diana, man. I don't know what it is. She just always seems to come up clutch all the time, 24/7.
When they say, listen, you know how as coaches you get mad at the guy just standing in the corner and watching another guy cook? I can't be like that because I was watching you cook.
Running, it's like if you take a day off, like you'll feel it, and if you take 4 months off, you're really gonna feel it.
It was impeccable. So watching certain highlights, I'm like, yo, I gotta try it. And trust me, not everything was as good as it looked now. Because no look passes I threw off of somebody's face.
Not even a week removed, and I'm still living it. I love it.
Man, have you noticed these scores were outrageous with these certain games this past weekend with college football? It was insane.
I'm actually shocked that Mercer put up 14 against Alabama. It kind of blew my mind. So I kind of wanted to see somewhat of an upset, but who knows?
It was outstanding. It was crazy.
Well, they have like their fourth string.
Yeah,
running the second half. Man,
Roll Tide. I'm telling you, man.
I don't even want to hear that. Don't even get me started. You know how I feel about Alabama.
Yeah,
I'll say that every episode for all I care. You know how I feel about Alabama. Yeah, man. How you feel about week 1 so far, NFL?
Man, a lot of not even surprised because, and honestly, the feeling that I'm getting for certain teams, the teams that lost, since it's a 17-game season now, I think a lot of teams are not really worried. If you think about it, the defenses of teams, they're going to stand out the most week 1 because that's what they really, really focus on. But offensively, certain teams are going to pick it up. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure, for example, with New England, they're going to step it up more. I actually think Mac Jones played very well.
He did. He played well.
Yeah, he played well, but Tua, he played all right. It's just the defense stepped it up for the Patriots, but they could just that one fumble. But all these other teams, man, that lost, the teams that you didn't expect, they'll bounce back. I'm confident about that.
Well, what I tell you last week about Miami?
You did. They do play defense. I know.
Nobody listens. I said Miami's going to beat the Patriots, and everybody called me. Every name in the book, every single name in the book. You know, you're a traitor. You're not a Pats fan. I'm like, no. Listen, here's the deal. Miami's going to beat you guys. And what happened? Granted, there were too many fumbles.
Yeah.
Granted, there were too many turnovers.
Yeah.
Damian Harris killed me in fantasy.
Oh man. I can't believe he fumbled that. And I feel bad for him because he definitely took that to heart, after the game. And that was a tough loss, but they'll bounce back. They're playing against the Jets. That's a scrimmage, so we'll see. Well, I don't know.
Isn't that what you said about the Dolphins?
I didn't say scrimmage, did I?
Yeah. I think you did. No, you said something along those lines, but I don't know if you said scrimmage or whatever you said, but you said it's going to be cakewalk.
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing, obviously. Anyways, a lot of upsets in college football, as we all know. A couple injuries. But anyways, we got a good guest on today, and he's got quite the resume and quite the accolades that he is acquiring. And I'm telling you, this guy sent me clip after clip after clip, and I had to figure out which ones I wanted to put in this highlight reel, and I'm like, there's just too many of them. Anyways, let's go ahead and get Justin on here.
I got the streets in tune. Desi on me, shoot a rocket. That bitch not like the speakers do. Better move. Who hot? You not. Move what? Get flat. Call on my doors, they gon' slide with a mop. Homie, don't make me crash the party. They gon' fuck up the after party. Seeing chicken, I bagged a shorty. Now do say gotta actin' naughty. Had to tell that whole back up off me. Remember we used to trap apartments. I can't fuck with no master splinter. All you niggas is rats informants. Shorty bad and she pack a 40. Body nice and her ass is gorgeous. Now you can't get a nut for free. She gon' fuck up the bag enormous. Pockets on swollen shit. Do a drop and I load the bit. Nigga, you better use your head before I put a hole in it. Shooters, Super, I keep a stick. Foreign, they got no keys in it. Water on me, you see the drip. Know you heard how I please the bitch. Had her down on her knees and shit. Pull her hair while I break her back. Spin around, let her eat the dick. Shooters.
I lost you, and then somehow you just came out of nowhere.
Yeah. Man, is he a killer?
Oh man, what's going on, Justin? How you doing?
Doing good. Just focus on Saturday's Bentley week. Big rivalry game for us up here.
Oh yeah, is that a home game?
Nah, it's a away game. Their homecoming game. Their alumni day. Rivalry game.
But you already know what to do. You already know what's good.
Just setting up the stage. That's all.
Exactly. Well, welcome, man. We appreciate you for coming on the show, man. Especially, I know with this anticipated game on Saturday for you, man. We appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to come on and chill with us, man.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, definitely. Let's go. Let's get it.
All right. Who wants to, Charles? You want to start it off, or you want me to?
Yeah, let's go. I got it. Hey, so let's start from the beginning. Let's start from the beginning, man. Tell the people, man, where you from, and who you are, man. And explain what your journey so far.
All right. So Justin Felder from Queens, New York. I started playing football probably around like age 6. I started playing for the Jamaica Bulldogs in Queens. Funny, I actually started out like playing like O-line, D-line, and like fullback. My brother was the reason why I started playing football. He played at high school near me, Springfield High School, and I think his math teacher ended up being my like Pee-wee coach, like my first time ever playing football. So that was cool. Started from there. I went to high school. Went to Holy Cross High School. They had me at running back when I first got there. They wasn't trying to play me too much. I was really big when I was in high school. I was like really overweight, like probably about 180. I'm struggling to touch 170 right now. And I was probably about 180 in like my first year of high school. So just I was slower, but one thing I always had good about me was my vision. So I feel like me being slower at the time was kind of like actually a help to me. So played throughout high school. I didn't actually become a starter until my senior year in high school. So I was like always a good player, but I was never like great in high school until my senior year. That's kind of like when I burst out onto the scene. I was named like the starter. I finished that year with about, I think it's 1,600 yards and 21 touchdowns. So it was kind of late for the recruiting scene because I was already my senior year. So I got talking to a lot of D1 schools, but nobody really wanted to pull the trigger. Stony Brook was the only school that kind of pulled the trigger. They threw like a little pump fake in there. They gave me a
we got you this weekend. We got you. We got Stony Brook this weekend.
They gave me a little walk on. It's actually funny that you do that because when I was a kid, I always like, I'm going to Oregon. I'm going to Oregon. I'm going to Oregon. So I actually got to high school and I realized like, yeah, maybe I'm not going to Oregon. But when I got the Stony Brook like walk on offer, I was like excited because I was like my D1, chasing D1 dreams, D1. So called my high school coach. And I'm telling him like, I think I'm gonna go to Stony Brook, and he's like, no, you're not. And I'm like, what you mean? And he's like, nah, I set up a visit for you at this D2 school, Stonehill. I want you, go up there, just take a look at the campus. And I came up here, and the campus, the facilities, Stonehill is like unbelievable. Like it blows Stony Brook out the water. Like the one thing I will say Stony Brook has over Stonehill is they have a private jet to fly to games like Oregon, but things like that. But other than that, like when you look at the training facility, it's about the same. When you look at the weight room, Stonehill's weight room is 10 times better than Stony Brook's weight room. So it was just like that, and it's like it was a tighter community. It's like about 2,000 people here. So I was able to just talk to over my coach. He was like, just go up here, just do your thing, and they're gonna find you. Then my first year coming here, before I even came here, they actually were talking about recruiting me as a wide receiver. So like about a week or two before camp started, I think I got a text. Like I was in a wide receiver group chat and I was confused, like what's going on? But it was like, yeah, we watched the tape, think you'd be better at wide receiver. And I was like, honestly, I'm not playing wide receiver. Like that's not my position. I feel like I'm gonna be good there. So we could like let me know if that's gonna change. They ended up changing it to running back. But I was under the impression that there was like 4 running backs on the roster. But when I got here, it was 7, and I was 7 out of 7 on my first day of camp. And I remember just calling my dad, like, no, I'm not doing this, da-da-da-da. He's like, why not? And then I'm like, because like, I'm not doing it. And then he's like, just stick it out. By the end of camp, I was the 3rd running back on the roster behind the 2 seniors. So, I mean, first they had me as like the, I forget what it's called. It's like the scat back, basically. Like, so like, if someone has a long run or something, like I'll go in for a play real quick so they could catch their breath, like things like that. But first 2 games, I didn't touch the field. But unfortunately, the second string running back, he broke his ankle in the second game. So week 3, I was finally able to play. The first carry, got a first down, about 12-yard carry, and then finished that game in about like 50 yards on about like 6-7 carries. So after that, I started to see my performance go up a little bit. So I think I finished my first year with about 95 carries and 600 yards almost. So I had a decent freshman year. And then my sophomore year, I came in as the second string behind Brian Kearns, who's actually my teammate now. He ended up, unfortunately, he ended up tearing his ACL the second game of my sophomore year. So like that ended up thrusting me into the starting position. And that first game that he tore his ACL, and I probably played the worst game of my life. I had 12 carries, 21 yards. So it was like 1.2 yards a carry. It was terrible. We ended up losing bad. It was a home game. It was bad. But so then that week after that, they were basically telling me like, your performance wasn't good enough in that game. So we're looking at you and the other running back this game to see who's going to start the rest of the season. And from there, I kind of like, from that point on, from to this day now, I kind of like just locked in. Like my whole demeanor changed. The first quarter of that next game, I had 3 touchdowns before the first quarter was over. So I kind of like solidified that spot. And then the rest of the year, I ended up finishing that year. I had 2 300-yard games back to back. Finished my sophomore year with 1,500 yards and 18 touchdowns. So that kind of like, it's All American, MVP of the league. And then so I was poised for a big junior year, but then COVID hit. So then, that was heavy. Like we're playing, then we're not playing, and there's a chance we play, but then we ultimately ended up not playing. Then we come into this year, and it was just like, I could say this year might be the toughest on me personally. Not like from competition wise or like football wise, but like there's a lot more outside distractions now that come into it because of my stature and like the 5th-year option. So like everybody's like, "Oh, what are you gonna do next year? What are you gonna do next year?" But it's just like I'm just trying my best to like keep focused on like I got Bentley this week, and then like got Assumption next week, and then I got a bye week. So I'm trying to just take it like one day at a time. But right now, first game of the year, I was a nervous wreck first game of the year. I didn't know what was going to happen. Like two years since I touched the field. I haven't been hit in 2 years in practice. Coach was keeping me out of practice a little bit. Like, "Yeah, we're going to save you for the game." And I'm like, "Coach, I ain't get hit in 2 years. Like, I need to get hit. I ain't get hit all camp, nothing." So it was like that first game, I was kind of like a little nervous before that first game. But once I got the first carry, I got the monkey off my back. And then I couldn't tell you what happened the rest of the game, but it was a good game. But yeah.
Oh yeah, yes it was.
And then this past week, it was just things were just moving slow for me. I was thinking about this earlier, like compared to me freshman year, sophomore year, it's a big difference in the way I like approach games, my preparation and whatnot, from watching film and like understanding teams' tendencies, like the defensive formations, calls, different things for the defensive side. So I've seen like a big difference in the efficiency of my runs compared to my sophomore year. Like there'll be a lot of games where I have like 30 carries, 200 yards, but now I'm getting like 20 carries, and I haven't hit 200 yet, but I've been over 150 in like 20 carries, 30 carries. So I mean, I feel like the efficiency, like for preparation, like everything is just being able to slow down for me. So that's where we're at right now. And then got Bentley week now. So that's that.
And you picked up the gold helmet award.
Yes, I did pick up the gold helmet. I got I received my first one my sophomore year, and then I received the gold helmet for the whole New England. So that was my sophomore year. And then, which was basically the best player in Division II, in Division III in New England. So then I picked up another gold helmet award this season for my performance last Saturday.
And now you got to do the same thing against Bentley.
Yeah. Bentley is the two teams I haven't beat my whole career at Stonehill. One is Bentley and the other is New Haven. And the last time I didn't score a touchdown in the game was against Bentley. So
you guys don't even play New Haven this year, do you?
No, we do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there it is. I see it. October.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. I can see it already. Just looking at the highlights, reading your stats, just seeing what you've done so far. I'm telling you right now, a force to be reckoned with.
Thank you.
And I have a question, man. Does it add more pressure or motivation to knowing, coming off a great game, your previous game, does it add more, motivation or pressure when you know and trying to stop you?
I feel like it does a little bit of both, but not too much pressure because of the people I have around me. So like we have a lot of weapons around me. Like we have 3 freshman wide receivers who are insane. Like this would be the last 2 games. You would think that they were upperclassmen. Like the way they're playing, the way they block downfield, the way they could just beat you by straight running by you. So I mean, if teams put too much focus on me, that is completely that's okay with
opens
me.
up.
It opens up the whole field. That's perfect. I mean, just like last game, Southern Connecticut, I started gashing them. And they put 8 in the box. And then we scored an 80-yard touchdown pass. Just on a simple go route. Just run by it. Just run by it. So, I mean, if you want to put so much focus on me, that's fine. Just basically, you just got to pick your poison. I mean, and the other hand, I see it as motivation because it's like I know everyone looks at me like, oh, this kid is so small, like he can't do nothing, like who cares what he did before, and like I get reminded of that during the game a lot. So it's like
all that
it's
trash
just,
talk.
yeah. So it's just like I mean, it is what it is. Like, yeah, I'm small, but it's just like I still did what I did. But then again, I don't really look at it too much because it's like last week was last week.
Right, exactly.
All I can do is go back and look at it. Like I let everybody else talk about it. Like maybe like when I'm done playing football, I could look back on it and be like, yeah, like that was amazing. But in the moment, it's like it is what it is. Like I got a game next week. Can't like after that Sunday, the day after, a little day off. Monday of that next week, start on a new opponent.
Yep. That's a great approach, man. I feel like that's how you should be. I mean, you will fit very well with the Patriots. You will fit very well with the Patriots.
On to the next.
On to the next game. For real, man. Seriously. That's awesome, bro.
Well, after
really
the
awesome,
last
man.
game, I think Damian Harris is going to be on the bench, so we might need somebody to come up. You know what I'm saying? No, but for real, you know, we as you know, we interviewed Trey at the beginning of the year, and one of the things we talked about because we know that he plays basketball as well. Do you guys ever like play pickup against the basketball team or any other guys? Do you have like some strange competition that you guys do? Or do you even have like the basketball guys coming out or track soccer guys? Any other teams coming out and try and like play even flag football or?
No, I like the flag football. They always talk about it, but it's just not good. But basketball, we've had a lot of conversation with the basketball team about it, but we've never actually found the time to do it. Trey personally, I've seen him play basketball like on Instagram or whatever, but I never actually played with him because when he came in, it was a COVID year. And then, so now we're in season. So I mean, this after the season when intramurals come up, I guess we'll be able to see then.
Yep. Hey, man. Go ahead.
You got to get the live going, the Instagram live going. For that. You got to get the cameraman. Get Two Fleet on the case. Let's go.
Yeah. Oh man. Hey, if I have a question, man. If I was coming in, if I'm a new guy on your team coming in, man, and I wanted to get to know you a lot more, and I asked you, what type of leader are you, man? What would you, what would you say?
I would say I'm not the most vocal guy. I'm very quiet. I don't like to get too high. I don't like to get too low. I like to stay mellow. I like to stay calm. I like to lead more by example. Like my play on the field, like Saturday, I think I had 2 touchdowns where I was in the air for over 5 yards. Like just put my body on the line, like going that extra mile, like just doing whatever I can. Like it's gonna show throughout my play. Like I'm gonna have my moments when I'm screaming. I'm like, yeah, let's go. But mostly, I'm more so of a like lead by example kind of person.
Yeah. That's excellent, man. That's really excellent. Yeah.
Because that's what you expect to see in a leader. You want them to show you, and then you just go right ahead and recreate everything. Because that's definitely something that that's the way I learn. I'm just sit there and watch the guy, and then I'm just gonna follow exactly what he does. Taking it back a little bit, what are you going to school for right now?
Right now I'm studying criminology, so criminal justice.
It's awesome. What brought you into that? Into that field?
My father's a cop. My sister's a cop. My other sister is school safety. My godfather's a cop. A lot of cops around.
You're not going to be a cop in Queens, are you?
No, that's not the plan as of right now. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's dope. Hey, talk a little bit, man, about let's rewind it a little bit, man. How important has your family been in your life so far, man?
Oh man, my family, I can't speak enough about them. I couldn't tell you a game my mother or father has missed from the time I started playing football to right now. Like games in New Hampshire, games in like Florida. Like they've been to every game that I've played. Like my father, he works in the Diamond District, so I work there as well. But we take trips sometimes. We take trips to Vegas, Florida. If I have a game, like he'll fly to Vegas on Wednesday, fly back on Friday. My game's on Saturday, and then watch my game, fly back on Saturday to go back to Vegas, to go back to work. So, I mean, it's real that dedication. My brother, he's one of the main reasons why I play football, and he's so smart. Like when it comes to football, like he taught me everything I've known. Like me and him, when I was younger, I was bigger. He was always kind of skinny and fast. So we have two completely different running styles. He plays running back as well. But when I was coming up, he realized like he can't teach me the moves that he knows. Like, he can't teach me things he knows because I just simply couldn't do it at the time. So he'd go on YouTube and watch bigger running backs like Brandon Jacobs or someone like that, learn their running style and teach it to me at the same time while he was still learning his own things. So I feel like a lot of my success is like given to him and my father and my mother. And right now I got nieces and my nephew. He's playing football right now. He's playing running back as well. So it's like a lot more. I feel like I'm doing it for a lot more than myself. Yeah. My family is definitely a big part of that.
Yeah, and you can see how you play, man. You can see, from the highlights and stuff, man. You can see the passion that you play with, the swagger. That comes from somewhere, right? That comes from, where you come from, man. And especially, man, you bringing some New York swag to Mass too, man. And that's really cool, man. How was it, man? Talk a little bit more about it. How was it growing up in Queens, man? How was that as a child?
I mean, it wasn't. I didn't really live in like the hood, like a bad part of Queens. Like I grew up in like a nice area, a nice suburb. But I mean, it wasn't too hard. I mean, everybody is real close knit. Everybody knows everybody in my neighborhood from Hollis, Queens. Same neighborhood as like Run DMC. Stephen A. Smith is from there as well. So like everybody know each other. Like it's real close. Got Hollis Day. Everybody come out. So I mean, it wasn't like nothing crazy. Basically, like, oh yeah, that's your cousin and that's your cousin.
Yeah,
it was kind of like that. But I mean, I loved it. I still go back there every day. I moved a little bit away from it, like 2 towns over, but I'm still there all the time. I mean, that place is definitely a lot of love out there.
Yeah. Shout out Nas too. Nas from Queen out there, right? Yeah. Let's get into it, man. Let's change the topic a little bit, man. Who you got winning the Super Bowl this year?
Oh, that is a good question. I really don't know. If Brady get there, he gonna win it.
Come on, man. Come on. I'm tired of this Brady talk, man. I am tired of this Brady talk.
Unless
the Brady talk will continue until he retires. So give it about another 10 years.
The only way they lose is if they play a team from the NFC East.
Right. Yeah. Hey, and the Saints are looking scary. The Saints are looking real scary already. After week 1, Jameis Winston, man, he impressed me.
He's a problem.
Oh my God, he impressed me.
I think it had something to do with Aaron Rodgers not really doing much.
That's true too. That's true too. Yeah, and I think for me personally, not Aaron Rodgers, Mahomes, man. I just feel like that game last week against Cleveland, man. He just impresses me every time he steps on that field, man. I feel like him, Tyreek, Kelsey, man, that whole group, they've been together for so many years now, man. I think they want that revenge game back going against Tampa. And it seems like it's like with the NBA, you got Brooklyn and LA. Everybody thinks those two teams are going to win it. It's either Tampa or the Chiefs. You know what I mean? Everybody's just talking about those teams,
Dude, I will say that the Cardinals are a dark horse team.
Hey, and I think it was last week. I wasn't confident that with the Cardinals as much, but Kyler Murray, man, that boy, man, he's something special, and that defense stepped up.
Chandler D-Hop either,
right? Exactly. Yeah, for real. So the Cardinals, man, they watch out for them. They'll definitely be a sleeper team for sure. Because I think honestly. I feel like, and correct me if I'm, and you could say this too, Justin. I feel like after COVID happened, I feel like everybody including you see it in college football. Everybody's just coming out the gate and just balling and just giving it their all and ready to just dominate every game, every possession, man. Do you get a sense of that? The first couple games this season.
I do, but I feel like me being the kind of person I am and like not letting myself get too high or get too low, because I can say to myself like a lot in games where I came back to the sideline like, coach, like they're too excited, like they're screaming, they're flowing too hard. They're like, like they're just like they know what's coming and they're trying to get there too fast.
Yeah.
It's like I definitely sense that a lot.
Yeah, and it's true, man. Everybody's just ready, and especially with the new rule that just came out. Everybody get their money now in college football, man. Which finally is happening. Is happening, man. And I'm very excited for all the college athletes right now that has the opportunity to make their own money right now, because it's been long overdue, and I'm really excited for that as well. Yeah.
I got a question coming in on YouTube. I don't think I've ever asked this question, but this is a good one. Would you rather score a touchdown rushing or receiving?
Oh wow, great question.
I feel like for me personally, if we're inside the red zone, definitely rushing, because it's just like more like sheer force and like brute force. But like a long play, receiving, just because I don't get that opportunity a lot. So to be able to show that I could catch the ball and
you stretch those legs,
then take off and not get caught, that is a big thing.
The Russian, yeah, that's good. That's good. Funniest teammate, man. Who's the funniest teammate right now, man?
Oh, Sam Tanous, definitely. The senior O-line and left tackle. He was like one of the first people I ever met, before I even stepped foot on campus. So, and then when we got to campus, we just automatically like clicked. So, I mean, he's hilarious in his own way. Like a lot of people might look at him and like, what's wrong with him? But he's just special in his own way.
And I know y'all all are locked in, but who's the most locked in on your team?
Number 2, Cap Coach. He senior guy, like everybody on the team looks up to. Like he's been here ever since he came in with me. His cousin was the starting corner. He was a captain as well, 2019. Malik Wiggins, that was his older cousin. But now he's finally getting his chance to start as his senior year, and he's just all the way locked in, focused. Like he's never going to play football again. So I mean, I'm excited for him. He's big, 6'3", about 185 corner. So I mean, he's pretty good, great size, great speed. I mean, I'm really excited to see him play.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
What do you like to do outside of football? What are your hobbies outside? You playing games, you playing video games, or you just focused? What do you basically what are you doing outside of football and outside of school?
Luckily my classes this semester are basically like discussion based, so I don't get a lot of work outside of class. So I have if I'm out of free time, I try to take a nap, play the game usually, or if I do have a lot of time, I might like watch an old game from the past or watch some film. It's like say we have Bentley this week. So earlier I watched the 2019 game against Bentley.
Oh, wow.
On like the on-demand live stream. So like yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Hey man,
what games are you playing?
I play a lot of Red Dead Redemption.
Ooh.
Yeah, Red Dead Redemption.
I just had to put that down. My daughter was she was grabbing my controller and she's like, that is playing the horsey game. And Mama's pissed. I can't really play that anymore.
Yeah. I didn't get the new 2K yet, but that's definitely soon. And basically Madden. I play a lot of Call of Duty as well.
Man, I think I just picked up playing Madden probably a couple weeks ago. My neighbor's been begging me to play with them. So, I haven't played Madden or NBA anything since, I don't know, PlayStation 2. I'm like an old man. Like,
hey, shout out PlayStation 2, man. Yeah, that was a great run in PlayStation 2. Man, best, what's the best advice someone's ever given you and you've taken it, to where you're at now, man?
Basically, my dad has given me the never get too high, never get too low advice. But there's one quote I have on my Twitter that my brother gave me. I'll read it right here. Redirection, pain, setbacks, shortcomings, highs and lows are all a part of the process. Embrace it, respect it, and trust it. Be willing to surrender who you are for who you can become. I think it was really that last part, that be willing to surrender who you are for who you become. Like, it's a long process. Just never get too caught up in what you're doing right now. There's always something that you could do better.
Yeah, especially for football. I feel you gotta have that mentality. Every possession, you know what I mean. You can't take any possessions off. You can't lose focus. You can't lose track on the ultimate goal, and that's to get better, and also obviously try your best to win the game, man. So that's a great quote, man. I really like that quote for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So what type of running backs would you say that you style your game, or you've tried to play as? I know you said when you were younger you were a little bit bigger. You're probably watching Jerome Bettis highlights. Now that you're older,
he said no.
You're skinnier. No, you didn't watch the bus.
One thing about me, they always ask me like why I was so good at running back, because like I hate contact. Like, I actually despise it. Like, I don't like it. I get mad when people hit me in the game. Like, I don't like it. Like, I feel like that's why I'm so good. Like, I don't like getting hit. But as a kid, younger, when I was a little slower, I used to watch a lot of Le'Veon Bell. Just like, I feel like that's where like I got my patience aspect from. Now, since I got like a little bit more speed and like I still have my strength as well, I'm looking at like I watch a lot of Ahmad Bashro, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and Darren Sproles.
Yeah.
And bro, it's weird, but someone brought it to my attention the other day, and I like watched a couple of videos, like Marshawn Lynch as well.
Really?
Like, same, like minus like the beast mode. Like if you actually watch his cuts and like the things he does, not him just running people over or like throwing stiff arms, like that running style is very similar. Like very similar. He's very elusive.
Hey man, beast mode, man. Beast mode. Why not give him the ball? Even though I'm happy they didn't run the ball against the Patriots and we won. But I just still don't get it till this day why they didn't just hand it off to him and win the Super Bowl.
They were on something else in Seattle. We all know that.
something that we do repair with like a situation like that, or like something not obvious would just be like, oh, they didn't do it because it made too much sense.
Right. Yeah.
It just made too much sense to them.
That's crazy, man. I have a few more questions, man. I mean, you said a little bit, but who's in your top 5 running backs right now in NFL? I
had this conversation yesterday. Me personally, like regardless of injuries and everything, I feel like the best running back is Saquon Barkley. Not just me being from New York, not just like he can make nothing out of something very quickly. So like I feel like Saquon Barkley is the best. The next 4 I don't have them in order, but it's like Dalvin Cook, Alvin Kamara, Christian McCaffrey, and Derrick Henry.
Yep.
Those are my top bags.
Hey, Saquon, and you said it, man. Saquon, he's there, man. He's there. I don't know. I'm with either because people are not talking about him because I think his worth ethic, he needs to pick it more. He needs to pick it back up, and he say he's in the best shape of his life this year. But Zeke Elliott, man, I don't know what he's
no good.
No good. I just feel like what happened with that?
I feel like he had, I don't know. this is just me personally watching on the outside, and I don't know his personal
right,
look at personally, whatever. Me personally, I feel like he got paid, and that was it. Like he got what he was after. He got his $90 million contract, and he was good after that.
And he got it all because in Texas you get all the money. You get it all, man.
Especially in Dallas.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones getting you whatever you want.
Yeah, seriously.
Clothes, money,
jewelry, women. You name it.
Week 1 when he was on the goal line, he couldn't get in.
I'm just like, come on, man. Like, see, what is? Because he's one of my favorites, man.
That reminds me of a quarterback that acts like a running back sometimes in Cam Newton.
All right. See. Hey, Justin, Justin, it's good that I have you on right now. How do you feel about the Cam Newton situation? You don't have to go too deep into it, but like, before you go into it, like for me, I think before I was shocked. I didn't think Bill Belichick would cut him. I had Cam Newton. In my opinion, he was in the run to be an MVP. Just the fact that he had another year on his belt, learning the playbook, with his skill set, mixing that up. Obviously, his throwing potential is not really there, but I just feel like he brings a different element to the game. I was watching the Dolphins game last week. I'm just like, I saw the holes where Cam Newton could have been more effective. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like it makes the defense easier because, Mac Jones, he ain't going to run. So he just could throw the ball. And I get it. Like Belichick wants a Tom Brady 2.0, but it's not happening, right? It's not happening. Cam Newton brings a different element, and he brings the running game, even better, man. I mean, how do you feel about that, man, with the Cam Newton situation?
Watching like him from Auburn and on the Panthers, I feel like the play styles of the offense are just too different for him to be able to like transition smoothly. And plus, if this was like pre-injury Cam Newton going to that Patriots offense, I feel like he would have flourished 100%. But you see, after injury, he could barely throw the ball down the field.
Yeah.
Even like it was kind of sad to watch because he's a great talent. But right now, I just feel like him personally, like he should feel like that he's like a top 32 quarterback in the league. He should be a starter. But I honestly feel like that they made the right decision. With letting him go and cutting him, like to be honest. Like I wish it was like a different way, but knowing just like the NFL is like it's not like you don't care about your feelings. You don't care about your feelings.
Yeah, right.
It's a business.
It's middle school.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, it was just a business decision. So I feel like they made a great decision.
And I didn't agree. I didn't like that he had to make a show. And put his whole stuff on how he felt. I'm like, come on, Cam, man. I didn't really. You don't need to prove yourself. But yeah, you don't need to prove yourself. You're a former MVP. You've proven what you can do in the league. Just let it go, man. Just wait for your opportunity. So, I'm hoping there's a lot of teams that possibly need him. You know what I mean? That can use him. Washington. You can go down certain teams. It's just
Taylor Heineke's looking good.
I like Heineke a lot.
Yeah, Heineke, he balled out. Like, he gave the Bucks a scare in the playoffs last year.
He gave me a scare.
He got
Tom Brady fan last year.
Yeah, man, that's cool, man. That's cool. My last question for you, man. For the whole season, man, with the team, man, the goal is to obviously be the best version of themselves and like win as much games as you can. Like, if you could talk a little bit, what's the energy like this whole season with the team? What are y'all trying to, accomplish here this season?
The goal we set out, we don't want to be home for Thanksgiving. So that means making the playoffs. That means winning the NE10 championship. So, I mean, that was really the conversation that we had. And it's a big difference coming in from my freshman year to this year. Like coming in sometimes the guys would be like, oh, we got Bentley this week. Like, oh shit. Like, we got Bentley. But nobody's even mentioned like outside the regular like talk like, oh, we got Bentley like inside practice, like in the locker room. Nobody's saying a word. Nobody's worried. Like everybody's just like, who cares who we have? Like we got Bama this week, or we could go D3 and play Western New England. Like who cares? Like this atmosphere in the team, like I know we could tell, like we just feel like we're better than everybody, and that's how we should act. If you don't feel like you're the best at something, then why are you doing it? But this team, like they know, we have a lot of talent, and there's a lot of great guys that's in that locker room. So like, everybody knows. Like there's not really much that has to be spoken about. Just go out there and do it.
Let's go. That's right. That's right. Now I'm rooting for y'all, man. Especially, obviously meeting you for the first time and talking with you, but obviously, Trey being on that squad too, man. I'm rooting for y'all. And I'm hoping y'all you don't come home for Thanksgiving. Y'all continue to make the playoffs and go as far as y'all can, man. Because I'm looking at these scores. Y'all putting up numbers. so offensively, y'all doing y'all thing. Defensively, obviously, y'all doing y'all thing. Y'all got a special group. And keep working, man. Keep grinding, and the universe will bless y'all for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I had one question come in on Instagram. I think it's from one of your teammates, Kev Porch. We already talked a little bit about this in the beginning. Come on. He goes, "Tell us how you became Justin Felder."
I was sitting next to him when he did. I didn't know he was really going to do that. But, I mean, I've been through a lot of adversity. Not even mostly like with football. Like speaking football wise, this I say is my first year coming into a season as a starter. Saying like you're 100% definitely a starter. Like this is your position. This is my first year ever. Like sometimes it'll take the first half of a game. Like I know my freshman year of high school, I didn't start. But after the first half, the person who was starting, he didn't touch the ball again. So it was like, and then my sophomore year, they were doing the same thing with me and the same kid on JV. Then when I got to varsity, there was a kid who was already on varsity. So they had me as a 2, but he ended up getting hurt in week 6. And then I finished the last 3 games of the year as a starter. And then my senior year, I will say I started from the beginning, but we dropped down a division than we were in, so the competition wasn't really the same, which was probably a credit to how much yards I had that year and why I wasn't so highly recruited that year. So that year was just kind of like just running around. And then I already told you what happened when I got to Stonehill, so I didn't really get this. This is my first year starting now. So, I mean, just having this dealing with that, like, I've always been, like, the underdog. I've always been, like, looked down upon. And then it's like, if you look back to the teams, my younger teams, my Little League teams, there's, like, me and one other kid that's still playing. Like, all the other kids that was, like, ahead of me, supposed to be so much better than me. Like, I'll never be able to do this. Like, it doesn't matter what anybody thinks. Like, if you got a goal in your mind, like, you got something in mind, like, just go do it. Like that's like those same people who were saying I couldn't do it. They see me today and they're like, "Yo, you're so fast." Like I would have never thought of this for you. Like when you were X amount of years old. It's like I know you didn't. So don't think about that. It's like I'm doing it now. It's just like I don't know. It's just kind of like proving myself. So I mean, I feel like that's really what made me become the person that I am today. Just staying true to myself and proving myself right.
I actually have one more question. If you are doing this, like before a game or practice, what you playing and with your music, man, who you listening to to get you ready?
Practice, I don't really do too much before practice. Before a game, Chef G, from Brooklyn Evans, Sleepy Hollow, Fabio, Pop Smoke. Just trying to do a lot of like Brooklyn drill rap music just to get me into that feeling, that zone.
Yeah, I don't really like how they doing on Pop Smoke right now. They just did some wild stuff on his gravesite, man. I didn't like that at all, man. For real, that's not good. But that's a great list, man. You got going on. It's a great list for sure.
Thank you.
Now, when it comes to the diet aspect, are you just like eat whatever you want? I really don't care. I'm just gonna work it off later. Or are you like clean, healthy eater, splurge occasionally?
Come on, Justin, you on that vegan diet? Come on.
I'm not vegan at all. Usually, I try to eat like grilled chicken, like sometimes maybe like a fish here and there. I eat seafood a lot. My diet isn't the best, but that's really because of money. So like I go buy
Ramen
4.
noodles.
Yeah, I got a case right here. Got the
There you
mac
go.
and cheese up there. I got like Wendy's is right across the street, 4 for $4.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, just kind of trying to be conservative. And the school lunch is like it's not the great. So I mean, they have certain days where it might be good, but most like I'm usually eating like in my room or like at Wendy's. So I mean, it's not the best. It could be better, definitely, but it's not like horrible.
Mm-hmm.
That's all right. We all lived like that.
Yeah.
Charles, I know before your vegan life, you used to do the same.
Come on, Justin. Hey, vegan life, man. Come to the life, man. Come to the life, man. I'm telling you, there's a lot more options you can go. I'm trying to get Dan on this, but I don't think he's gonna be able to go.
You bamboozled me last time you came out here with them Impossible burgers.
Definitely, man. But, this has been great, man. And you got anything, Dan? You got anything else?
I got one more question coming in
Okay.
on YouTube. How does it feel when that ball is in your hands and you are there making all types of plays?
It's not really like the craziest thing. I don't really remember a lot of things I do when the ball's in my hands. So like I could like that play when I ran through the middle and then I just broke out and scored. Like people are asking me like literally when I got to the sideline, how'd you do that? And I'm like, do what? Like what did I do?
Right.
I don't even know what I just did to tell you how I just did that. So
yeah.
I mean, after when I look back at it, I kind of be surprised myself because again, like that's kind of like my first time seeing it, even though I did it. Like that's my first time seeing it. So I mean, differs. Sorry, like so I could remember vividly against Pace where my sophomore year. It was the last, like we were running the clock out, and I broke a long run up the sideline. And I just sat down on like the 10. So like all the seniors were able to come in who never played all 4 years. Like during that run, I vividly remember like smiling, like, all right, now I'm gonna sit down like right here. So I guess there's like certain plays where it's just like you know what you're doing, but most plays I couldn't tell you a thing about them.
Man, that's great, man. I mean, thinking about it now, I do have one more question because after this season, man, what goals do you have? And obviously, you want to get your degree, and accomplish that, and that's a huge accomplishment, as well that you're trying to attack. What other goals do you have, with your life?
So after this season, I'm planning on entering the portal. I feel like I had a good enough stat line to get that D1 dream now.
Yeah.
There is that, but also on the other hand, it's like if I do play well enough, do I enter the NFL draft or not?
Ooh.
So I mean, like I've spoken to like some the NFL draft diamonds, and like I've spoken to a couple agents here and there already. But right now, I'm kind of like just focused on like the season, getting through that. Like I'll handle all that other stuff after.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there, kind of thing.
Definitely, man. Definitely. That'll be dope, man. Hey, it'll be dope to see you
the question
shaking
right out of my mouth.
It'd be great to see you shaking Roger Goodell's hand, man, as well. That would be amazing, man.
No, listen, where we're from, we don't shake his hand.
Oh, yeah.
we don't shake Roger Goodell's hand.
Oh man, that's funny. Yeah, this has been great, man. Again, man, this we want to make sure we, all the guests that we have on, man, we want to make them feel as comfortable as possible, and we hoping we made you feel comfortable. And just 3 people talking sports and just getting to know you more, man, and just having great conversations, man. This has been a great interview, and we appreciate you for coming on, man. And good luck this season, and just good luck overall, just in general, just being a college athlete and student, man. And then hopefully, you accomplish everything that you set out to do.
Yeah, thank you for everything, and thank you for having me as well.
And tell Trey to check up.
You're gonna ball out against Bentley. You got any final words of advice for any young people listening? Young people watching?
Just keep going. Set yourself a dream, a goal, whatever you think it is, and then make another one that's even crazier than that one, and go for that one. Like,
love it. I don't think we've heard that one before.
Yeah, that's it. That's really it.
That's dope, man.
Like I told myself before this season, I wanted to have 20 touchdowns. It's game 2 and I have 8. Well,
That's cool.
what's crazier than 20? I'm going for 30 now.
40.
Yeah, 40. That's dope, man. Hey, good luck, man. Hey, you got me excited now, man, to even see y'all even more, man. Keep good luck, man, and get the job done this weekend, man, against Bentley, man. Get it done.
Thank you. We'll do.
All right,
And then
bro.
when you get that basketball game scheduled, call us up. We're gonna be down there.
Definitely get it on Instagram Live.
Yep.
For sure. But hey, it was great talking with you. I'm great hearing your story, and want everybody to look forward to watching you on the field and seeing what your next moves are.
Thank you.
All right, we appreciate having you.
All right, thanks for having me.
All right, man.
All right.
The stat lines: 8 touchdowns through 2 games.
Hey,
like you don't even see NFL players doing that.
Listen, man. Listen, and you see his whole aura, the way he carries himself so far, man. With this game, I think he can get more than 20.
I know he can get more. We're going into week 3.
Let's say he gets 6.
He's averaging 4 a game.
That's crazy.
There's no doubt in my mind he's going D1 if he enters.
Oh
that
yeah.
portal.
Oh yeah, easily.
I think
sure.
I think he needs that next level of competition.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Because
honestly, definitely.
Hey, if he get 20, 25 touchdowns in 4 games, 5 games.
I don't even think your boy Cam Newton threw for 6 touchdowns all season last year.
Enough. Hey, come on, man. He's not in the league no more. Come on, he's not in the league right now. Let Cam Newton.
Sorry.
Come on, Cam. Come on. Shout out Cam Newton, man. Hopefully get back in the league so you could prove this guy Dan wrong. Prove him wrong, please.
Never happen. Never happen. Telling you. No, but definitely. Like I said before, I think when we talked to Trey, these younger, these smaller schools, you see the hunger and the determination to get that D1 spot, to get into a bigger school with better competition. And I love the competitiveness. I love the just pretty much their whole entire, like you just said, their aura of what they have around them, the teammates, the family that push them to get to the next level. And I think that's going to drive him, his family. Like his father flies 5 times a week. That's insane.
Yo, that's dedication and support and love. That's humbling, man. That's real humbling. For sure.
That's awesome. And like I said, I can't wait to see that stat line grow after Saturday.
Yeah. Hey, let's make a prediction. How many touchdowns did you get?
Well, it is their rival. He said it was homecoming for them. I don't think it's going to make a difference because I think they've beaten their opponents by 15, 20 plus points.
Crazy.
Past 2 games. So I honestly don't. I think he'll put up at least. I mean, he's averaging 4 a game. You might as well just call it 4.
Call it 4.
I'm going to give him 4.
I'm
going to give him 4. I'm going to give him 4.
Give him 4.
We'll check back. We'll check back next week, and we'll see. We'll see that stat line. But anyways, what's going on with this Giants Washington game right now?
Oh, what's the score?
14-13. Second half just started. Giants just kicked a field goal. Washington's winning by 1.
I think I saw someone said the Giants have the worst offense in the league.
And the Giants have the worst team.
Yeah. I'm hearing that. It's crazy.
I think I think Saquon's hitting that level of, just coming back from a major injury, and he's got that in his head. I don't want to get injured again. I'm gonna play it cool for 1-2 games, get back into it. I think he just put a quote up there. He's gonna get the rust off of his wheels or whatever it was. Obviously I'm paraphrasing, but he said something along the lines of I gotta shake the dust off. And, hey, it's not something that you just easily walk right back into. This is the NFL. You're gonna get torn up if you're not keeping yourself healthy. I mean, I said the same thing about Dak. You don't know what you're going to get. And he put up amazing numbers against the Bucs week 1.
It's crazy.
Amari Cooper came out of nowhere too. So
yeah. Yeah, so I think honestly they with Saquon, should he leave? He should, right? You think he should leave after this year? Or, I mean, I don't even know his contract situation.
I don't know. I think he's good where he is. I mean, I don't think anybody's going to really want to go ahead and grab him right now,
because
especially coming off that injury.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's a little fragile, but
yeah,
when he's healthy, he's unstoppable.
Yeah.
Especially when Odell was on that team.
Oh my gosh! Can you imagine if they both would have stayed healthy? I mean, Eli Manning was Eli Manning, but like it's just.
I think I was watching a game in Eli Manning. Forget who they were playing, and Eli Manning passed the ball to Odell. Odell threw the ball all the way down into the end zone to, I think it was Saquon. And I'm like, Odell's got more passing touchdowns than Eli.
Hey, did you see Peyton Manning?
Yeah. And both of them together on Monday Night Football, that's terrible. Terrible. It's terrible TV.
Oh, my gosh. That's where we have the Hall of Famer Peyton Manning doing right now. While Brady's still playing.
That's what happens. You get bald, your forehead keeps growing and growing and growing.
Oh,
and here you are on Monday Night Football. I look at this past college football weekend. There were, quite the upsets.
Mm-hmm.
Starting off with my Oregon Ducks over Ohio State.
Hey, that was an impressive win.
Unfortunately, I had to go ahead and watch the whole game on my phone because I was at work.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there and I'm like, yep.
Yep.
But I'm telling you, that was crazy. Anthony Brown balled out. What do you get? 2 touchdowns? And that was all without Kayvon Thibodeau and Justin Flo. Man. 2 of their main defensive players. But like I said, I call into the local 98.5 The Sports Hub every Saturday. I can't wait to call in this Saturday. I'm going to call under the alias of Puddles the Oregon Duck. Okay?
Hey, change the Puddles. Come on, man. Change the Puddles.
No,
I know. You want me to change my name to Puddles?
Is that what you're saying?
There
you go. All right. Puddles the Oregon Duck.
There you go.
All right. I can't wait to call in Puddles the Oregon Duck. Like I said, Anthony Brown, CJ Verdell came out of nowhere. 3 touchdowns.
Listen.
This team is, they jumped from 12 to 4. And I'm telling you, the only game that worries me is the game against UCLA. The only game on their schedule. I don't know, because UCLA just beat LSU.
They did.
And I think Dorian Thompson-Robinson knows how to play the game. Mm-hmm. He's probably one of the best quarterbacks UCLA has seen in quite some time. Like I said, that's the only thing that concerns me. But then again, at the same time, they beat LSU. LSU is not the same LSU with Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
But that's just me. That's just me being an Oregon Duck fan.
Hey, can we talk about that Oklahoma game? Oh my gosh. 76-0.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what is going on?
Spencer Rattler. I don't know whether to be high on the kid or I brought him up how many times? I can't even tell you how many times, but yeah, he's got that NIL deal. He's charging $150 for an autograph, rightfully so.
Rightfully so, yeah.
I think he's going to finally come down off of that horse. They don't really have that tough of a schedule, honestly. They played Tulane, and they got Nebraska coming up, Western Virginia, Kansas State,
yep.
Texas is over here touting about how they're ready to join the SEC, and they can't even compete in the Big 12 right now. And then they have TCU, Kansas, Texas Tech, which is probably going to be between that and Iowa State. Those are probably the only 2 games to actually be concerned about for this Oklahoma team.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of that, I'm not seeing them drop probably many, if any, games. But like I said, Big 12 is not that jam-packed of a conference. Everybody wants out. Oklahoma wants out. Texas wants out. They want to join up with the SEC.
Yeah.
By all means, they're going to do that 2025. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
And they're going to be in for a rude awakening.
But I like the confidence. I like the confidence with these groups.
I do, but also at the same time, you have the Big 10, the ACC, and the Pac-12. They all want to join an alliance.
Yeah,
I'm all for it. I want more competition. I don't, this is the first time that Oregon's actually seen decent competition in quite some time.
Yeah.
And I love it. And it's not your typical, everybody says, oh, the sissy Pac-12 and this, that. It's like, yeah, because we're playing the Cals, we're playing the UCLAs, we're playing the Colorados, we're playing the Oregon States. Hey, come on, man. When was the last time any of those teams were relevant?
Right.
Next to never.
I do need from your Ducks. I need this game to be a blowout this upcoming weekend. I need them to because these first 2 games they've had have been very, very close. And
well, that's the thing. Fresno is, I actually have this down on one of my games to look out for. UCLA is playing Fresno. Fresno is not the same Fresno team that they were in the past. Fresno is actually a good team. And the fact that people say, oh, Oregon barely hung on against Fresno. No, Fresno's a good team.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention, Fresno came into Autzen Stadium. They were smoking the stadium. According to Spencer Webb, he said it wasn't even healthy for them to play there.
Yes.
with all that smoke in the air. But hey, I think UCLA is going to be in for an upset against Fresno, and that's one of the games that I had circled over here. Another one that I have circled: Alabama, Florida.
Well, that game's gonna be exciting. Maybe in the first couple minutes, but then my squad they're gonna blow Florida out. They're gonna blow Florida out.
I know this. But it's just like there was hope when Miami played Alabama.
That's true.
Miami did nothing. Miami, Alabama's over there poking them with a stick. Let's go do something. Come on.
Yeah. But there was so much hype on that game. Miami they actually thought that they had a chance to do something.
I thought they had a chance to win.
Yeah,
I thought they had a chance to win. I did. And I was high on Miami, but I also like De'Ara King. I like him as a quarterback, and he just didn't. That's what happens with an ACC team facing an SEC team. Especially Alabama.
Come on, say it with me. Roll Tide. Say it with me. Say it with me. Roll Tide.
No. Nope. I'll only do that when we get Alex on. That's the only time I'll do that.
Okay. All right. Definitely.
Other than that, I have Auburn, Penn State.
Okay.
Who you liking?
So we just talked about Alabama versus Florida. Tulsa, I got Tulsa versus Ohio State. I like to see where these teams, where Ohio State, how they play, how they come from a tough loss against your Ducks, because of the intensity of that matchup last week. I want to see how they really come out with this game against Tulsa. It's at home, so they're very comfortable where they at. I believe it's at home. Yeah, it's at home. So can they get that job done? And hopefully they can just have a bounce back win. I got your Oregon versus Stony Brook, because I really want to see, like I just said, we talked about it, but I really want to see Oregon really have a breakout game, because again, teams are getting confident every time Oregon's stepping up in their building, because they know they can score. Now the defense, it's again those two losses on the defense. I know. So now that's what I'm looking for. If Oregon plays around with this team, come on, man, you can't do it. This can be a trap game. if they don't take it. Not to say they're not going to take it serious, because who approaches games like that, but I just want to see a breakout game with Oregon and showing that offensive power, because they can score with anybody. You know what I mean? And I just want to see how they do. Those 3 games I got, because I didn't really see anything else that intrigued me with these. I mean, I'm shout out Clemson for dominating that game against SC State. Shout out 49-3. Shout out Clemson, man. Still got some hope for you guys. That's those 3 games in particular I really got lined up, because I just want to see how these teams bring it. And Alabama, let's not even front. Florida, hey, they're gonna come out and play. They're gonna come out and play, and they're Alabama comes to whoever teams are really geared up for them, and Alabama needs to really step it up. So I really want to see where these teams how they go. Oregon should beat Stony Brook. Ohio State should beat Tulsa. Alabama should beat Florida. But let's see.
Speaking of stepping up, team that needs to step up, North Carolina.
Okay.
Am I right on this, or am I wrong?
Who they playing this week?
They got Virginia. They got Virginia this week.
Oh, okay.
So this is a pretty pivotal game for them. You and North Carolina. I was high on Sam Howell.
You were, yeah.
And I loved Sam Howell, considering what he did of seasons past. He's record-setting quarterback in North Carolina. You haven't seen a quarterback of this stature in North Carolina quite some time.
Yep.
I think Virginia's going to put up a fight. We saw what happened when they played Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech smoked. Well, they didn't really smoke North Carolina. They beat them 17-10.
17-10.
North Carolina played Georgia State. They beat them 59-17. Virginia, on the other hand, they've had a pretty easy schedule, if you will. They played Abilene Christian and William & Mary.
Mm-hmm.
And Illinois. Illinois is on my list of teams that I'm done with because Illinois, they're supposed to be good. Everybody knows that they should be good, but they're not. So they've played 3. Well, actually, no, they played 2 games. Abilene Christian, was last year, but they played William & Mary, 43-0. And then they played Illinois 42-14. North Carolina is going to be in for something right now, because they're actually in a fight right now to prove something in the ACC. Yeah. Speaking of ACC, Boston College, Phil Dracovic.
Yeah,
Phil Dracovic's out for the season.
Yeah,
and I think that injury
that was tough.
It's definitely tough for this Boston College squad, because they did have, especially with everything going on right now, Clemson got their first loss since last year. And they had a pretty easy schedule, looking forward into the season. And Phil Dracovic is definitely a good quarterback for BC. I think that I think he's sidelined for the year. Just had a surgery.
Yeah.
They got a pretty easy next game playing Temple, but then they welcome Missouri into Chestnut Hill, an SEC team, and then after that they have the Clemson. So who knows what this BC team is going to do?
That's tough, man. I feel for that, because we had Xavier on here, man, and just to hear how excited that he was for the season in particular, and they were off to a good start, and they still have a chance, but that they're gonna have to really rely on each other even more, and I trust they will, just because of their swagger this year. You could just feel that how they're playing. And let's see how they do, man, because this was a perfect opportunity. Now, it still is for them, because like you said, Clemson took their first loss. BC has a chance to be one of the good teams in the ACC. Let's see how this works. Let's see who's their backup. Do we have his name?
They have a list of, I think they have 3 quarterbacks in their rotation. Right now, I do believe it is going to be what's his name? There is Dennis Grissel, and I'm trying to think of the other kid's name. Let me look it up. Emmett Moorhead.
Okay.
I mean, Dennis Grissel, he's a good quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
He came in for Phil, and I think he's gonna do something. Yeah, right here, Dennis Grissel taking over as QB1. Here we go.
Okay.
Put up 243 yards, 1 touchdown. And he rushed for 23 yards.
Okay.
With a rushing touchdown.
Yeah.
But that was also put up against UMass. So that's nothing to really toot your horn about. But yeah, I mean, even with him, I think BC, they're not going to have the easiest path to an ACC championship, but I think that they're going to be pushed this season, especially now. You wouldn't think one player would cause that much,
right?
But it's a snowball effect, and there you have it. One other game that I had was Auburn, Penn State. Penn State is just playing completely different. I'm not a big fan of Auburn. I'm not a big fan of Bo Nix, because Bo Nix is one of those quarterbacks where you get into his head, he starts making mistakes, and I've been calling him a fraud for the past 2 years. That's exactly what he is. And I mean, I have one friend who's an Auburn fan, and I always make fun of him. I'm like, how do you feel about Bo Nix? And he's like, oh, I love Bo Nix. I'm like, do you really, or are you just saying that because you're an Auburn fan? And it kind of comes back to just saying that because I'm an Auburn fan. I mean, other than that, I got nothing else for college football. Do you want to take a break and come back with NFL?
Let's go. Let's do it.
All right. We'll be right back. Week 1 in the books. How do you feel about week 1?
Let's talk about that. Let's start off with Dallas and Tampa. All right. Great game. Great entertaining game. I think the whole world wasn't really interested in when they saw this game on the schedule, especially on a Thursday night. Because of the situation with Dak, first game coming back off of that gruesome injury. Their defense is young and not proven. The offense, now, we heard about Zeke, how we feel about Zeke, but I was impressed with Dak. I wasn't really impressed with the Bucs and Tom Brady because, again, 1 minute and 28 seconds left, Brady with the ball. We all know what's going to happen there.
You left too much time on the clock.
You left too much time, and you already know we've seen that story time and time again. But Dak Prescott and the Cowboys did impress me because of their heart and their fight. I think Goodwin did push off a little bit, but that's just my opinion. But they didn't call it. But again, shout out to the Bucks for getting it done, and they proved that they're one of the best teams in the NFL. But their defense, they need to step it up, because now with the Saints being good, can't say Aaron Rodgers in the Green Bay, but you got Seattle, you got Arizona, you got these teams really gearing up for the Bucks, man. And that's a thing where I feel like the Bucks need to really watch out. And Brady said it at his post game. He said, "Yo, we gotta step it up. We gotta get better." And hey, Antonio Brown, shout out Antonio Brown, looking like one of the best wide receivers in the game right now. He's back. But the Cowboys impressed me the most week of that first game. Aaron Rodgers disappointed me, because I feel like with his hiatus throughout the whole offseason, you would think that he would come and they would really have a good grasp on this and what they want to do this season. And Aaron Rodgers, I feel like I wouldn't be surprised this is a common theme throughout the whole season, where he's on and off with his game. I was shocked that they lost that badly, but I wasn't shocked with the Saints because of Sean Payton and he's one of the best coaches of all time and the best offensive geniuses of all time. And I wasn't surprised with Jameis Winston, what he was doing, because he minus those 30 interceptions that he threw with Tampa. Jameis Winston can throw that ball and score a touchdown. So I wasn't really surprised with that. But what I was surprised with this next game I'm going to talk about is Cleveland and Kansas City. Can we give Patrick Mahomes and that Chiefs some? They're just
for a fact the Browns. I think I saw a stat. They haven't won a week 1 season opening game in probably like 20 something years. And just when Baker Mayfield thinks, "Hey, I got this in the bag. Here we go. We're gonna win." Boom! They scored a touchdown, kicked the ball off, and then who was it? Tyreek Hill. Somebody scored.
Hill.
Yeah, I think it was Tyreek Hill. Immediately the next play, one play drive. It was like an 80-yard touchdown or 60-yard touchdown.
You can't give them light.
I loved watching Baker Mayfield once he threw that interception. Him laying face down on the ground.
It's sad. It's sad,
tantrum.
Yeah.
My 5-year-old doesn't even do that.
But he played good though, right?
He did.
Give Baker some credit. He played good. The Browns, they played well. They just, silly mistakes, penalties, and then you when number 15 is behind that offensive line, you got to be nervous, man, because if he smells blood or he smells like he has an opportunity or he sees that he has an opportunity to come back, they're going to do it. They're like the Golden State Warriors of old. Like, man, it doesn't matter how many points they're down. They're going to find a way to score like 14 points in a row. So it's incredible. It's incredible.
That's why it's just like Pat Mahomes is the baby goat. He's learning a few things from Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying?
So we'll see. And I want to also give credit to Lamar Jackson, just for showing that, okay, now we're seeing a different Lamar Jackson.
Man, they should have won that game.
They should have won that game. That was tough.
Should have won.
Yeah. But what I saw was Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, they're showing that they want him to, stay on the field and really not rely on him just running the ball and just throwing the football and trying their best to win, because now it's a throwing league, man. You got to throw the football too. And I get it with Cam Newton. He can't throw the football, so all he can do is run. I get that. But, I just feel like Lamar Jackson, man, he's at the point in his career now. Okay, you're an MVP. Now it's time to win, man, because Patrick Mahomes, these young quarterbacks, Kyler Murray, they're stepping up, man. They're ready to take over and run with it, man. So teams are going to still, you're a fast quarterback and you're hard to tackle. But, eventually these defenses, and they're gonna catch on to what you're doing. So I'm glad that the Ravens are switching it up a little bit and allowing Lamar Jackson to show that he can throw the football too. But they should have won that game, man. That was a tough.
Well, it also didn't help injury wise for that Ravens team.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they
They're
lost
battling,
quite a few pieces prior to
Oof.
that game. And especially, I mean, you lost Gus Edwards.
Yeah.
You're not really, I mean, Lamar Jackson can only do so much.
Yeah.
I'm still shocked that the Raiders pulled that out. But one of the things that left me with a heart attack was watching this Chargers game. And I think there was like five or 6 minutes left. And they're down to, I think, the 25 yard line. Justin Herbert throws the ball. He gets deflected. And they're saying that it was – did you watch the play? I could have sworn it was a forward pass. They ruled it a fumble because the ball was out prior to him making a forward pass movement where they didn't rule it incomplete. Bounced in the back of the end zone. Boom, touchback going the other way. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Sitting here, I'm like, this is insane. You had the game once Fitzpatrick got injured.
Yeah.
But you know, Taylor Heineke, he's
a problem
to watch
man.
out for. He's
a
something to watch out for.
Sorry, Cam Newton. I guess you're not going to Washington, man. Shit.
Cam's a problem. But yeah, I mean that just. But obviously they came back. They won the game.
Right.
But that's just one thing that, you know, like I just said, gave me a heart attack. Browns crapped themselves. What happened with this Eagles team?
They surprised me.
That's why I'm sitting here shaking my head. I'm like, oh my god! Like,
I didn't have the Eagles winning against the Falcons. I didn't have them.
I don't
they didn't play.
Anybody did.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody did.
Shout out Jalen Hurts, man, for showing out and really playing well. I was shocked because of what the Eagles, not on him in particular, but just the whole Eagles team, man. They're not really a team where you're looking at them like, okay, they have a chance to win. Now, but again, they're in the NFC East. Anybody can win that division. But you know, I just feel like the Eagles, they showed something, but can they continue this that energy? Because you know, again, these close games, that was good. That was a good game to see. Impressive game overall. Matt Ryan, man, I think he's done. I think you even called it. I think he's done. I think he's done, man. I think he's done. I would love to see him in a Patriots uniform. But
the only Boston jersey he will ever wear is a BC jersey. That's it. That is it. What surprised me the most was the Bills coming out flat against the Steelers.
Whoa, man! I don't think anybody's seen that coming. You know what I'm saying? And the Steelers have a running game. Oh my gosh, their defense is outstanding. The Bills, and I've been telling people, man, listen, the Bills. Yes, I get it. They had a great season last year, but like, yo, sometimes you gotta wait to see what happens, man. And again, I'm all for players getting their money. But when you pay the Allen man that money, man, it comes with a lot of pressure, and a lot of teams are looking at you and like, all right, you the man, you gotta prove it. So that division is gonna be really interesting too, because the Dolphins are first place. They're in first place, so let's see what can happen. I think they play the Bills, right? The Dolphins
play the Bills on Sunday. I think that's gonna be. I think it's going to be a lot closer of a game than it should be. And I honestly think the Dolphins may – no, I'm not even going to say it. The Bills are going to win. Bills are going to win that game.
I think they needed that wake-up game, though. They needed to wake up and get their asses kicked and see how they
they were still in playoff mode from last year. That's exactly what it was. And they said, okay, well, it's just the Steelers. The Steelers crapped themselves. So – that's good. Yeah. It's just Ben Roethlisberger.
Nope.
Hey, moving forward to this week, who you liking over here? I think there's
run them down. Run those teams down.
I think there's going to be a lot closer matchups than expected, and I think some some true underdogs are going to come out and win. And by me saying that, I'm going to just start this off. Texans Browns.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure because yeah, I get it. Cleveland almost beat the Chiefs, but like, listen, man, if you lose against the Texans, the season's done. The season's done. But you know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna give the Browns. I'm gonna give the Browns their due because they have a great defense and a good offense. But listen, man, this can be a trap game, and you know I like my trap games, and
I know you do.
So I'm gonna go with Cleveland, but I won't be surprised if they lose.
I'm going with Houston. Houston's riding after that win. Houston is riding after that win.
Side note, I was surprised. I didn't even think about this. Trevor Lawrence, that was his first loss.
First loss since high school.
High school. That's
high school.
How do you think he took that?
Well, he probably took it the same way Urban Meyer took it.
Ooh. Yeah. That's great. Yeah, but
Trevor Lawrence, there's only so much he can do. He's out. Urban Meyer even said he needs to utilize the running backs more. You can't have Trevor Lawrence throwing 50 plus times in the game.
Yeah,
and that's expected. I mean, you're gonna throw your arm out if you're throwing that many times without giving the ball. I mean, granted, I have quite a few running backs in my fantasy league that didn't get many touches. But yeah, I mean, Trevor Lawrence, please hand that ball off. I think the run game is definitely it's definitely good for them when it comes to the Jags. But I mean, they got a tough Denver team they're playing.
Hey, Denver's a sleeper team, I think, because I just think you heard Von Miller say what he said to Teddy Bridgewater. He said he hasn't felt that same energy since Peyton Manning. I guess Teddy Bridgewater had a great conversation with the team, nice little pep talk, and they performed well week one. And this is going to be a tough game. I got the Broncos winning against the Jaguars just because the Jaguars are so young. They're so young of a team.
So young, especially with a new head coach.
Yeah.
Honestly, hasn't done much in a long time.
Long time.
But moving forward, you got let's stay with the 1 o'clock games. We talked Texans, Browns, Bengals, Bears. I honestly think the Bengals are the better team here.
They are.
Because every time I root for the Bears, they always end up ripping my heart out. So I'm not even gonna root for the Bears. I think the Bengals with Joe Burrow and the wide receiving core that they have.
Yeah.
This team is they're gonna easily put up, I'd say 30, 32, 35 points
easily
against this Bears team. That's just my own personal opinion. I think the Bengals are just gonna win outright, even though they're underdogs.
I agree though. I got the Bengals in that. I mean, it's in Chicago, so that defense, can the Bears step it up? But I got the Bengals winning that one. Like you said, they're a better team, and they should be able to outscore the Bears because the Bears can't score. So we'll see how that game goes. But I got the Bengals on that.
Rams, Colts.
I got the Rams. Man. Get Matthew Stafford, that whole squad on the defensive end, Aaron Donald. Those boys, they can really play defense. So I got the Rams winning that one.
I'm on the same boat with you. Don't even have to think twice about that. Even though they are traveling to the good old Lucas Oil Stadium. Rams are going to take that. Bills, Dolphins, we talked about. Patriots, Jets.
Pats.
I mean, I was so high on Zach Wilson.
I know you.
Once again, heart ripped out. I'm going to have to say Patriots. I'm going to have to go with the Patriots this one because it's the Jets, let's be honest.
Yeah. But you never know. Honestly, you know what I'm going to say? I won't be surprised if the Patriots lose. Based off the fact that I'm kind of tired of Bill Belichick a little bit right now because running the same system. It's getting a little boring, man. Like, I get it. You're relying on your defense, but man, you
That's
gotta
what
change
people
it
are
up
saying,
offensively.
though. People are saying that, like when we play the Dolphins, Flores knows this team. Bill needs to change everything. Bill needs to change his playbooks, and he needs to do something of actual greatness.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the Jets. You just lost to the Dolphins. You got the Saints week 3, and then you're looking ahead to the Bucks week 4.
What's their quarterback name?
I was saying, I don't know. I don't know. I was saying prior, I mean, so many people are saying this team can go 3-0 going into, Bucks game, Brady game, and honestly, at the rate we're going, I think we might be 0-3.
Oh,
at the rate that the Saints team is looking to right now.
Oh gosh. Oh man.
I don't want to say that. I think we're going to be 1-2 going into it because the Saints team is
and they play defense, man. Oh my God, the Saints play defense.
And
they did that to Aaron Rodgers. You think they're going to do to Mac Jones?
Yeah, but Aaron Rodgers is Let's
done.
just put it this way. He's too focused on his State Farm commercials and whatever crap he's selling.
Yeah.
49ers, Eagles. I thought easily prior to week 1 starting, I said to myself, 49ers easily. Now, 49ers, they beat the Lions. The Lions ended up coming back, but then again, the 49ers were playing like their second strings. It was like a preseason.
Mm-hmm.
The Eagles balled out. And now I'm questioning my pick. I think I might have to switch it up and go the Eagles.
Yeah, I was gonna say you might want to go with the Eagles because that was a good, even though it was against the Falcons, that was a good win. That was a really good win, a confidence booster for this team, and they're gonna have that. They're gonna have to really just play everybody, and everybody needs to know their roles and really just everybody give it their all because they don't have big names like that. But I just feel like this Eagles team, man, they can shock a lot of people this year. They can.
I don't want to say that after what they did to us in the Super Bowl, but I think I'm going to have to switch and go with the Eagles here.
Yeah.
And then, moving forward, Raiders, Steelers. I think after watching what the Raiders did to the Ravens and what the Steelers barely did last week, I think I'm going to have to go with the Raiders.
Ooh, wow. I mean, the Steelers,
it's a semi short week for the Raiders. They played Monday night.
Yeah.
The Steelers played Sunday. It's a semi short week. They got to travel out here. I don't know. I saw something different in Derek Carr.
I did too. And I think I like that pick, but the Steelers, man, I believe it's in Pittsburgh, right? So that's still City, man. That's gonna be tough. I got the Steelers winning pretty big, but I wouldn't be like these games. I wouldn't be surprised if the Raiders pull it off.
That's what I'm saying. It's so it's only week 2, and it's just so hard to. It's so hard to even think about who's going to win and who's what these games are going to be. Saints, Panthers. I think the Saints are absolutely going to blow the Panthers out of the water. Broncos, Jags. We talked a little bit on. Vikings, Cardinals.
They show Chandler Jones. Shout out Chandler Jones.
Definitely
great game.
Definitely Cardinals. Because I mean, just looking at the Vikings, I mean they got a pretty decent defense, but the Kirk Cousins and Adam Thielen, there's only so much they can do.
All right.
Falcons, Bucks. We talked a little bit about
Bucks.
Bucks by 1 million. We all know what happens when Brady plays Matt Ryan. Cowboys, Chargers. This is a game.
Game of the week, you think?
No, possibly. I mean, I don't know. It may be the game of the week, but I don't think. I mean, it's definitely not that Monday game.
Yeah, that's true.
It might be. It might be. It honestly might be. I honestly think that Chiefs Ravens is the game of the week. But after seeing what the Cowboys did to the Bucks, I think the Chargers are going to be in for something. Now, the Chargers have so many weapons.
So many. Oh my God.
So many weapons, whether it be the tight end position, the wide receiver position, the running back position, and even the quarterback position. They have so many weapons. I hate to say it, I think Dallas is going to win this game.
And I was going to say, Justin Herbert, this can be one of his biggest games of his career already.
Oh, yeah.
Going into Jerry World. And if he could pull this off, I'm actually going for the Chargers. And I think the Chargers can win this game because Dallas, they're still young, man. That defense, I mean, you see what Brady was doing to them. I mean, even those 2 picks Brady threw, it wasn't his fault. But I just feel like, Dallas, even though they have some good defensive guys, but like they're still young. And but again, can the Chargers match up with Cooper and Lamb, and Zeke? Can Zeke step it up? So, I got the Chargers winning this. I got the Chargers winning that.
I mean, like I said, that's my team. But I think at some point I just need to be realistic and say to myself, "Oh my God."
Oh, actually, my bad. It's actually in LA.
LA.
Yeah, it's in LA. So actually, that's the thing too.
I don't know. Just watching what the Cowboys did to the Bucks.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. That's true.
I can't. I got to put my pride aside, and I got to say the Cowboys. Moving on, Titans, Seahawks.
Titans are. I mean, Mike Vrabel's already calling out Julio Jones, and like it's just.
Well,
come on, man.
Derrick Henry needed to. I think he came out flat. He came out of the season flat, and I think this is going to be a turnaround for them. Russ Wilson, Chris Carson, Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf. I think the Seahawks are going to win, and they're going to win big, unless Derrick Henry comes out the gate swinging and rushes for 100 plus yards with 2 touchdowns. I don't see the Titans even in somewhat of a contention in this game.
Yeah, I'm not a believer in Ryan Tannehill either.
No. And then we have Sunday night game, Chiefs Ravens.
I got the Chiefs. The Ravens are so depleted.
Ravens are coming off that loss. They're coming off that shortened week. Chiefs. That's not even a question. Like Kansas City, without a doubt. Then we have this crappy Monday night game, Lions Packers.
Oh my God, I really don't even care who wins this. You know what? Just because Aaron Rodgers lost that game, I'm going with the Lions because Aaron Rodgers needs to wake up. And if he loses against this game, this team, I'm done with it because I really think he's one of the greatest quarterbacks that we've ever watched. But he's just, I don't know, man. I don't know what's happening. If you wanted to retire, you should have just retired, bro. Or you know what I mean? You didn't get it your way. But yeah, I'm lying. Aaron Rodgers is gonna win this game. The Packers gonna win. It's in Green Bay. They're gonna split the line.
I don't know. I honestly, after seeing what they did last week, I can't even put 2 and 2 together. And clearly, they can't either because they can't even get more than 3 points. So
that's sad. That is sad.
Oh man. Other than that, I don't even want to talk baseball. I honestly don't.
No. Red Sox just. I don't want to
talk baseball. I'm done with baseball. I always say that we'll get to talking baseball, but no, this is football time. Like
it's football time. Yeah.
But you got anything else?
Shout out Justin for coming on the show tonight, and giving us his story and talking some football, talking about the season. Shout out Stonehill. Shout out Trey. Keep working. I know your time will be coming, man. And this was obviously this was a great show like always, and looking forward to next week, man.
Hey, definitely next week. I do have a tease. I do have a little tease that I could go ahead and leave you with.
Okay.
But I don't know if I want to. Should I leave a little tease?
It's up to you, brother.
All right. Well, all right. This man, got in contact with him beginning of the year. He entered the transfer portal.
Ooh.
This is not a football player. Not a football player. I will give you the horns up, though, as we go ahead.